So, do you want to grow your brand and actually sell your products and services through social media? Today, I'm breaking down real strategies to grow your social media presence to turn your followers into buyers. If you guys don't really know me, I'm actually studying this in schooling. With a minor in business. So, this is not just me getting on here as like a social media person trying to tell you guys what have not worked for me. I have worked for various types of businesses, so this is all of my knowledge that has worked, all packed in one video. These are methods to help you go from zero following and no traction to a lot of traction and a lot of exposure. I'm not just a social media person that's like, oh, do this, do that, and I've never tried it. You guys, these are the methods that, I have learned in schooling and real life knowledge. I have tried these out over the years. I have suggested that some of my friends try these out over the years, and these what have worked for them and other people that I know. So stay tuned and let's get started. So as you guys all know, with marketing, you have to choose your niche, choose your target market, choose your target audience, staying consistent. And today, I'm not going to bore you guys with any of that. I'm just going to get down to the nitty gritty to show you guys and to tell you guys step by step what you need to do to implement these strategies today or tomorrow whenever you want to, so we can get you making money in your business and your services through social media. So I recommend mixing your content type. I know people always say choose your niche and stick with it. Just think about it. If you visit someone's Instagram or social media page and they're constantly talking about one specific thing, and I do want to make sure that you guys fully understand, they're fully talking about one specific thing instead of so many things under a certain umbrella. That gets boring after a while. You're just like, okay, what else can you do? And the worst part is, especially if they're selling you a product and it's constantly buy this product, buy this product with little to no value to you as a viewer or as a potential customer. So I want you guys to change that. I recommend just kind of having different types of content on your page that are kind of all under one umbrella of something, if you want to go that route. Or if you are selling yourself as a personality, then you can do various things. You're just like, okay, look, I can do this too. I can do that too. Same thing with my social media. I know it's all over the place, but these are things that I enjoy doing that do not seem like a chore. So I want you guys to really think about that and make sure that your social media is not where you're constantly selling people a certain product, especially if it's one specific product. That gets annoying. That gets boring to just watch constantly, and it just makes you want to scroll past. So if you are one of those people, you're constantly selling a product, I recommend that you start making content that kind of shows who you are as a person, and just talking with your audience, not just like, hey, buy this, it's on sale, this. Like, it also makes you look like a spam page. I just thought you guys should know. It makes you look like a spam page because it's so annoying. Number two, you need to figure out what platforms that you need to post on or start posting on. Depending on what it is that you're selling or what service it is that you're giving out, then that lets you know what type of platform that you need to go after. For example, there are different demographic groups and a different target audience for certain platforms. For me personally, I do not like TikTok. I hate TikTok. I hate how the algorithm works. But I know that some people, their products that they're trying to sell is going to cater to that audience that is constantly on TikTok. So you need to think about that. Research what demographic is on what platform and who it is that you're selling to, whatever product or service it is that you're selling to. And then you need to get onto that platform and start posting. And another thing is just kind of like research other people that are in the same category as you, the same service industry as you, and see what their posts are like. See what is like the highest engagement posts and try to kind of tailor your content to their content. I'm not saying copy their content. Please don't copy their content. Be authentic, but do your content similar to theirs and you can mimic the engagement. A good rule of thumb is to make sure that you are posting on at least 2 different social media platforms. 3, even more, the better. I don't have time for that, but if you have time for that, amazing. And there are different scheduling platforms that you can utilize to schedule content so you're not, posting the same content all the time. Please do not post the same exact content across all of your platforms. That's super annoying. Please don't do that. You guys, I'm not gonna lie, like my teleprompter is on this phone and I'm using the back camera. I don't have like that mirror thing just yet. I think I'm gonna go ahead and order it. But I need to look at my phone so that I am not here forever filming this video. I want to break down what platform it is that you need to go after depending on what type of content it is that you're doing. Okay, so for instance, if you're doing a teaching video or educational stuff, then I personally recommend YouTube, Instagram, LinkedIn, and sometimes TikTok. Bear with me. Okay, if you're doing comedy, then I recommend Instagram and TikTok specifically. Anything long form, then I highly recommend YouTube for that, even with the comedy. Another one that people forget are podcasts. Um, Podcasts are great if you already have a huge following and a huge audience, especially if you're doing something educational or just, talking about a certain topic that is engaging, storytelling, something with like, you know, that type of drama, etc. And you can easily create a podcast on Spotify or Apple. And I know you can link both of those together. I created a podcast in the past. It is somewhere out there floating, but I decided to not do a podcast anymore because number one, it was too time consuming, and the pay for an actual audio like podcast is not better than actually a video. So just throwing that out there. A little tidbit here. If you do not have a social media specifically for your services or your brand, then you need to do that. Make it separate than your own, and then in your link in the bio, if you can, link it back to each other, okay? So like put, like whatever brand name or whatever products page it is that you have under yours, especially if you have a bigger following than your brand page, that's going to bring automatic traction to your brand, etc. Okay, I want you guys to bear with me on this one. So if you sell a product or a service that is high dollar, but you're not getting a lot of clients, and you maybe have like a big following on your social medias, then I want you to try these things out. Number one, you are going to create YouTube videos and reels hyping up that product or service. I want you to do this about, 1 to 2 months in advance. Number 2 on this one. Then when you finally drop the course material or service or product, still keeping it at that high dollar price, then maybe discount it a few bucks. When you are discounting, I want you to use numbers like $4.99, $4.79, $4.97, $4.47, $4.59. Okay, these kind of numbers that I just stated are backed by science because people read from the left to the right, whatever way that's going to be after this video is made. People read from the left to the right, and this is called charm pricing. You can look it up. Another method that you can use whenever it comes to, selling services especially, is to use tiered pricing. And when you use tiered pricing, I want you guys to look it up too. TIERED pricing. But whenever you do tiered pricing, you want to make your middle option the most attractive. Another one that you can do is what's called anchor pricing. Now, anchor pricing is basically when you go to like a retail store and they say like original price like 149, and then you see it slashed out and then it says now $99, that's anchor pricing. They're still using the old price as an anchor. And sometimes, like, honestly, a lot of department stores use that as a trick. You know, the original price was $99. Sometimes they upsell it to make it seem like it was 149. It's a whole thing. I really wanted to speak on this because I know a lot of people on social media, they have like these high dollar or high ticket items that they're selling on their platforms, which is great. But I'm just curious to know how many people actually pay those high dollar amounts. I know it takes a lot for someone to actually, believe in someone's product enough to pay that high dollar amount. So if you are struggling with that and you're finding that not so many people are purchasing your products, whatever the case may be, I want you to create a backup product. What I mean by a backup product is, okay, for one of my friends, he sells, like credit services where he can help people fix their credit. And it's high dollar. It's like, for me, high dollar, it's like anything over like $500. If it's over $500 on social media, I feel as if people need to trust that person if they're going to be spending that amount. So if you are struggling with, getting more clients, then I want you to try this. Create an ebook, create just like a small course, or just anything that you can sell to where you're teaching people how to do whatever it is that you're going to be doing for them whenever they purchase the high dollar amount item, but do it in a book and simplify it a little bit, or just you don't even have to simplify it, but you're going to do this as an optional thing for people, because I know not a lot of people are going to be willing to spend $500, by someone that they just saw on social media. So, how to combat that is by selling a digital product where people can do it themselves. I'm just going to be honest. Whenever it comes to do it yourself things, especially things like services, like the credit thing or credit repair, I was just like, like, I'm just going to pay you the amount. You can do your thing. I don't have the time to sit there and try to go in step by step. So, with that being said, if you create a digital product and you sell it for like maybe 1/10 of the price and people buy it, and then you use that charm pricing, to mark up or mark down whatever the amount of the product or service is, and you put it in an ebook, when people buy it, they're going to be like, oh, I'm going to try to do this in a weekend, blah, blah, blah. And then most of the time, I would say probably 98% of the time, people are going to realize, okay, this is not working. I'm just going to pay he or she the amount for them to just do it. So you want to think about it that way. You know, you're selling the product or you're selling a digital product, but not many people are going to go through with it. So what that's going to do is to have people come right back to you, and then all of a sudden you're selling them that high dollar ticket amount. Am I making sense? Hopefully I'm making sense. Please get in the comments and talk to me if that does not make sense. So basically you want to advertise and sell your smaller digital products, whether it's an ebook or a book, and your hopes with that is to keep people coming back so that they can pay you for that high dollar service or product that it is that you are offering. That should make sense. If you have a big following on social media, you better have an online store. If you do not have an online store, create one today, because what are you doing? I see so many people just on social media and they just have this big following and they just post pictures. And I'm like, okay, like learn a skill, do something. You don't even have to learn a skill. You can create a Shopify store, you can create a stand store, you can create anything. There are so many website hosts that you can log on to and create something, but make sure that your social media is just not a place that you're just posting pictures and looking pretty. Like, you need to have something behind it, especially now. It's 2025. Get with the program. Please learn a skill, help people out, provide value to people like I'm doing right now in this video. And make money from it. Like, make money from it. If you're watching this video and you're saying to yourself, oh my goodness, I've already tried all those things and I'm still not getting any engagement, still not making any sales, then I want you to try this one. A lot of people forget about this one, but I used to work as a PPC strategist, and what that basically means is a pay per click strategist. And if you still don't know what that means, basically I had a job where I was just running ads for different companies and etc. And that was like my whole thing for some months, and then it got really boring. Then I had to quit, and that was a whole thing. But yeah, but it's like I know how to do that now. So a lot of people forget you can run ads, you can run Instagram ads, you can run Facebook ads, you can run Google ads to link back to your website or your store. Whatever it is that you have on the digital web, you can run ads to direct traffic back to it. Simple enough, right? I throw this out there. I don't want you guys to just start your social media right now and then you start running ads to it. No, please don't do that. I want your social media platforms to be long and running for at least 4 to 6 months, maybe at the minimum 2 to 4 months before you start running ads. And here's the reason why. When you just start running ads, and especially if you don't have a lot of posts, I also recommend at least 100 posts on your social media. And please do not have those posts all just look spammy. And what I mean by spammy is you're selling someone a product on each single post. I need you guys to start showing posts that, shows your personality, content that tells your story about your business, tells who you are, tells where you're located, not just buy this product, buy this product, buy that product. People get tired of that. I've gotten so tired of that. Like, bam, I just scroll right past. And a lot of people do the same thing too. So do not just create your social media and only have 2 posts on there and then you start running ads. When you run ads with less posts, people are going to go back to your social media and they're going to be like, what? This is spam. You automatically think it's spam because that page was just built. And please do not watch this video and then just make all of your 100 posts within 24 to 48 hours. Please don't do that. Like I said, your Instagram or social media, whatever page, needs to be running for at least 2 to 4 months before you start running ads to it. Okay, I'm going to read from my phone on this one because I'm trying to hurry up and get done with this video. I've been here for way too long. If you have tried running ads and you want to do things the more organic way, then I would recommend working with small social media influencers or people that you think can help boost your brand. And with micro influencers, these are people that have 10,000 or less followers on social media. They are more likely to charge you less rates to help you advertise. Plus, there would be least amount of converting to do when you use an influencer over running ads. What I mean by that is when you run ads, you still don't know like who's going to click on your ad, right? You don't know what engagement your ads are going to bring. But when you use a micro influencer, these people have had people following their page for a long time, right? So they are more prone to believe whatever it is that they're selling, especially if that micro influencer is not advertising a product or service for sale every single minute of the day. People are going to be like, oh, what's her face selling? Like, oh, cool, I'll buy it since they recommend it over an ad. And if you're still like, I don't know, I don't have the money to pay a micro influencer, then what you could do is you can offer your product or service free to the person for advertising. Does that make sense? And if you really don't know that person like that and you really want to get to the nitty gritty, you can have them sign a little contract stating, hey, you're going to advertise this on your page for however long for me in exchange for this product or this service for however long. Boom, boom, bam. Next thing you know, you're getting sales off of that person advertising for you, and you're not even using ads. You're welcome. Done here. So these are for people that want to work with brands. Here's what you need to do. Number one, you need to have an email and the link in your bio on your social media platforms. Or if you have a website, I need for your website to be set up to capture their contact information. This is not hard. If you have like a Wix website, there's different configurations that you can add on there, like a contact form, etc. There are ways to add that onto whatever platform it is that you're utilizing. Not brands are getting smarter. They are more likely to reach out via your contact form, or if they go to your website and they see your email, they're more likely to reach out that way. With having an email on your social media, I do want you guys to beware of scams and email links. Never click on them or input your information into them. So like say if someone's like, hey, we want you to advertise for this brand, blah, 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 but then they have like a nondescript email that doesn't even, link them back to whatever brand it is, then I would recommend not clicking on that link. And if you don't click on the link, like you can respond back and say, hey, would you, give me more information? Could you call me from, your company phone? Could you send me an email from your company, like email or something like that? Or could you, have one of your executives like reach out to me via email so that I can make sure that you guys are real, etc., etc. So never click on the link via email if you know that you don't know where the email is coming from. Does that make sense? Hopefully that makes sense. Don't say I didn't tell you though. Okay, this is side note. This is like a little story. Whew. He's probably gonna watch this video, but it is what it is. I don't care. So this is no shade. I just want to throw that out there. This is no shade. I was talking to someone, just getting to know someone a few months back, and this dude had like 1 million followers on Instagram and was just making money on the content through the social media platforms. Mind you, that's basically like, okay, you're posting to Instagram, Instagram's paying you, or you're posting to TikTok, and TikTok is paying you, and still 1 million followers, and was just making money through the content, on the social platforms. And I was like, why don't you have an email? Like, why don't you have an email in your bio so that brands can reach out to you instead of just making money off of the social media platforms? It's like, you can literally leverage that. Like, why are you not leveraging that? So I don't know. I just found it weird. And then, once we had that conversation, then he inputted the email into the link in his bio. But I'm thinking, like, bro, you could have done that a long time ago. Like, you could have made so much money with 1 million followers. Like, people just really be out here lollygagging. Like, it's 2025. Get with the program. And that is still no shade. Love you. Please. Please don't be mad at me after watching this video. So those are basically the things that I just wanted to touch base on with you guys regarding social media and selling your digital services or products on social media. If you guys want a part 2 to this, like a more in-depth version, then please let me know and I can get that cooking up. And I want you guys to go ahead and check out my products page at DIYWithBucks.com. Okay. Also, I want you guys to use code DIYWithBucks at checkout for a brand that pays me to advertise for them at exclusivecamgear.store. I'm going to put it right here, and I want you guys to check out the merch. I don't know if I'm going to put the merch here or if I'm going to put the merch here. I might just put the merch all over me. But yeah, go ahead and check out their merch. I love it. This is my favorite gem bottle. I don't know if you guys can see that, but I love it. I just love what it says. And if you guys want more specifics on what it says, right here. Okay, so if you guys are also interested in working with brands, but you don't know how to pitch to them, or you don't even know what to say, then it's okay. I created an ebook for you guys. It is called my brand email pitching guide. I'm going to put it right here, but it is at DIYWithBucks.com. You guys can go ahead and grab that. And this is going to be an email pitch that you guys can, pitch to any brand out there. And I think I'm going to put like 2 different templates on there for you guys to choose from. And then you can tailor it to whatever you want to tailor it like. But this is how I get to work for brands. Okay, and that is basically it. We are at the end of the video. If you guys really enjoyed this video, go ahead and hit that like button for me. Go ahead and subscribe. Leave a comment. If you guys want a part 2 and a more in-depth, video after this video, or specifically to one tailored area, let me know and I can get that working up for you guys. But yeah, I know like selling a product or service out there, I know it can be a little bit difficult, but you guys have to remember at the end of the day, you are selling a service or a product that is to help people, to provide value to people. Not doing those things, then you are going to have a tougher time selling whatever product or merchandise that it is, because it is not helping people. So a way to get ahead is to figure out something that you can do to help people, something that stands out, something that is so unique, and that'll be it. So I'll see you guys next time. I appreciate you guys. I love you guys and I adore you. Stay safe out there. Until next time. Bye.